every brother was caught in the crossfire. Was caught in the crossfire.
How are we doing today, guys? So this is Tripp with S.T.A.R.S of Iowa, okay? And I am here to introduce one of the founding members of S.T.A.R.S of Iowa. He has been with us the whole time. He is our main camera guy and editor, so that is why he's been behind the scenes. And he's going to be in videos every once in a while. We're going to be switching it up. I'll be running the camera. We've got a couple other people that are going to be running it and stuff like that. Without further ado, I am glad to introduce Wolf. So, what we're going to do for you guys real fast is we're just going to take you through our top 10 preps that we think are the best things to prep for right now with what we're doing in Iowa, what we're preparing for with, you know, winter stuff and trying to stay warm right now. It's got us thinking about all of our preps in general and what are the main things that we want to have stocked up on if those are the only things that we could.
Okay, and for number 10, it would be a solar powered charger. You could use that if the power goes out, to charge your phone, in case you need to get a hold of anyone, to charge batteries. The number 9 would be paracord. Right here, 550 pounds. It's made out of nylon, and inside there's several different strands you could use to tie sticks together for like a sled if someone gets hurt. You could basically use anything you want with it. You make a handle out of it.
Cordage is always definitely good.
Yeah.
They do make either 7 or 5 strands that it has inside, and obviously the more strands the more powerful it's going to be.
And then for number 8 would be tarps or space blankets. And with tarps you could use it as shelter, you could collect water with it, and that'd be one of the main things you'd want as a shelter, so that's pretty important in my opinion. And the emergency blanket right here, it would be used for heat. I mean, it keeps your heat in, and it's reflective, so if you needed to shine it in the sun.
Okay, next on our list, guys, we have ammo and arrows. A bunch of our group that we have that preps together, we both have our different views about them, about ammo and arrows. That's why we made that into one thing, because we have our people that are firm believers in bows and that would just want to use a bow and arrow during, you know, either an apocalyptic situation or, folks, we're talking even if there is some mass catastrophe, like just a bunch of tornadoes around that would just completely take out everything around here. You know, obviously, if your power goes out for so many days, you're not going to have any food in the grocery stores, stuff like that, you know, cold stuff. You're going to have to go out somewhere and try to find your meat. So that's a good way to go out and find it. Or even then, it's a good way for protection. You need to have ammo and arrows for protection too. And the next one that goes hand in hand with that, we kind of separated it because it's kind of different, would be your weapons. Which anywhere from an AR-15 to your bow and arrow, to your knives, or like your melee weapons, or like you've either seen or going to see in our other videos, the Crubble. Those would make good ones to keep a hold of, because you could use those for multiple things. Yeah. First aid was the one that made it next. In my opinion, it's iffy on first aid, because it depends on what you're talking with first aid. Like, I'm not expecting anyone to prep an entire drugstore or anything like that, but I find it important, you know, to have gauze and bandages and antibiotics and triple antibiotic, and we even have in our med kit like face masks, stuff like that.
Basically basic stuff.
Yeah, basic stuff like your band-aids, your triple antibiotic. You get a cut or a scrape, you're gonna be able to fix it.
Burn ointment.
Yep. Number 4 is knives. And hand in hand with it is your knife sharpeners. Either a sharpening stone or just a quick pull-through sharpener. Because your knife isn't going to do you any good, guys, if it's dull. So, and I believe all of us have plenty of knives. We always keep some in our truck, in a drawer here. I never leave the house without a pocket knife on me. I will always have one on me when I leave the house.
I have one on me right now.
Yeah, that's where I just pulled this one from. So, as you can see, we definitely love our knives, and it doesn't matter. You can prep your bigger hunting blades. You know, this one I got so I can baton wood, I can cut things, I can use it for defense, I can use it for anything, pretty much. But yeah, definitely make sure you have a good sharpener, guys. If you're gonna prep that, especially if you're gonna have a bug out bag, have a sharpener in your bug out bag, because your knife isn't gonna do you any good if it's dull. So number 3, food. Obviously, prepping food is important. And for us, it's either anywhere from just your good old prepping canned goods, your non-perishables, anything like your rice-a-roni to ramen noodles, anything non-perishable. But one of my favorites, guys, Wise Food Company freeze-dried food. All this takes to make it is water. All you need to do is heat up some water, add it to it, and you have a full meal. And in every pouch that you make, that you have like this, is 4 servings.
And then number 2, probably one of the most important things would be water purification. You definitely don't want to go to any river or pond and drink the water without purifying it first. So you would need a metal container you can boil water in, put it right on the fire if you need to. Or you have these water purification tablets.
Put it in there for so long, take the cap off of it for so long, and then you can go ahead and drink it. And we have tested those, folks. We have a river around here that is... You wouldn't even think about drinking out of it, we'll just put it that way. But we brought the water back, put it through a strainer, put it in a bottle, and used those purification tabs and then drank it, and none of us got sick off of it, which is very surprising. So, especially from that river. So those definitely do work, guys.
And then there's the water purification straws. You just put one in the water and just suck it up and it'll purify it as you drink it.
Kills 99.9% of bacteria and germs.
In my opinion, one of the most important things of all this list would be fire starter. I mean, you can have flint and steel, you can have, I mean, some people carry lint in their bags, you know, with a lighter, but without fire, you would not be able to last very long. It provides light, which in turn, if you have any predatory animals, would make
deter them.
Yeah.
Okay. A couple of the other bigger fire starter ones are like your stormproof matches. Those guys, which we have also tested, you can put straight into a bucket of water, pull them back out, and they are still lit. They will stay lit no matter what. Wind, water, rain, everything. And then you have even your non-conventional ways that some people wouldn't even think about, magnifying glasses. Or if you have glasses, you can use the sun if it's daylight to start the fire and just make sure it stays lit during the night. Because like Wolf was saying, the biggest thing about that is, you know, if you don't have fire, you're not going to be able to purify your water unless you have the water straw or the purification tabs, which, unless you stock a bunch of them, you're not always going to have them. And there might be situations where you don't have them, but yet you have a stainless steel canteen, you got fire starter, you boil it, it's definitely better than nothing, guys.
Yeah.
So
Fire is life.
those are just some of our preps. And just quick run through of our top 10 list this weekend that we made that we could think of.
Yeah, it's basically just a matter of opinion.
Yep. I mean, your guys' are going to be different than ours. This was just our top 10 list. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely glad that I got to do it with Wolf. And this is Wolf and Tripp with Stars of Iowa. You guys have a nice day.